Well, tonight is the battle of the MVs as the visiting Monta Vista Monarchs take on the Lady Spartans of Mountain View here at the Chester A. Walt Memorial Gymnasium. This is Mike Messner. I'll be bringing you all the action tonight, along with my counterpart and colleague at KMVT, Josh Young. Josh, it's great to be working a game with you. What do the numbers tell us about tonight's contest?
Well, the numbers, depending on who you talk to, you're going to be looking at Kiana Mark, who's got 272 kills for this Monta Vista team. She's been a dominant force, and she's only a sophomore, so you want to pay attention to number 18. Also, you want to take a look at Sydney Sue, number 7. She's got 59 kills so far during the season, and she's also a force. And these numbers pale into comparison to what Mountain View's been doing. Although, if you are looking at the Mountain View side, you want to check out number 13, Miley Kopp. She's got 228 kills for the season, and that is definitely nothing to be sad about. Let's see. As far as aces go, Andisha Turner, number 10, keep an eye on her as well. But I think we all know when it comes to this Mountain View team, you've watched them, I've watched them. It comes down to how number 9 is feeling. Number 9 is really the person you're going to want to pay attention to, Tessa Hunter.
Yeah, Tessa really is the center of the team in many ways. Josh, what happened the last time these two teams met?
Well, they actually met just 3 weeks ago, and when they got together, you noticed a lot of fire from Monta Vista side. These Matadors are a very resilient team, and the very first 2 sets they dominated. But what you did see after that was Mountain View got their footing in that third set. It actually went to 26 in that third set. It was very close, but that was enough momentum for Mountain View to dominate the rest of that game and take the W.
Well, you know, Josh, it's interesting that you mention that because Monta Vista does tend to do better in the early going. They do tend to win the early sets. That's been true of them all season.
Right.
But when you look at the endurance factor for both teams, then Mountain View does tend to win if this thing goes to 4 or 5 sets. So that's something to look forward to. You also mentioned the years on this. Mountain View's got 6 sophomores, 2 juniors, and 2 seniors on it. Monta Vista, 4 sophomores, 3 juniors, and 6 seniors. So seniority may or may not be a factor here tonight. And then the other thing we were talking about before we went on the air, Josh, is isn't there a real close proximity between these two teams in terms of the standings?
Absolutely. So if you take a look at the standings, number 3 in the standings is going to be Mountain View at 6-2. And if you look over at Monta Vista, they're number 4 in the standings at 5-4. So it's actually a really important game for Monta Vista.
Yeah, a game that Monta Vista's coming into. They're hungry. Obviously, they have the numbers to support that. But this is a game that really has implications for both teams.
Absolutely.
Here at Mountain View High School tonight. And this group of young ladies is just about ready to give it a go.
It should be a good match.
It's one we've been looking forward to, and we've seen both teams perform against Los Altos and against other teams. And the performance is consistent, I will say that much. These are not teams that started way down in the cellar and had to fight their way up, and these are not teams that started out great and have since receded in the standings. It's been remarkably solid performance, both in the middle of the pack.
Looks like Andisha Turner is going to be starting this off for us.
And that's how that gets started, and that's an ace. And that is
added to her total.
131 aces for Andisha coming in. She is the co-captain. This is her 3rd year on the varsity. And certainly setting a tone here. And Mountain View able to get the point off that. And that was, I think, Millie Kopp, whom you talked about earlier.
Absolutely.
She's also a co-captain. And it's 2-0 Mountain View early on. And another tip. And you know what surprised me about that one, Josh, is just the vision that Millie had in looking and seeing that there was a wide open space at a very sharp angle.
Yeah, she's got some height on her. She's 5'11", one of the taller ones on the court right now.
That's right. We don't have all the heights for Monta Vista, but I do know that she's tied for the tallest on the Spartans. And we got a 4-point run now going here for Mountain View. And Monta Vista says they want a timeout, and I can't say I blame them. So we'll step away for just a second while they sort that out. It's 4-0 Spartans. Don't go away. Back here at Chester Awalt Gymnasium, where the Mountain View Spartans started off with an ace and haven't looked back, and they're in a 4-point run right now. And quite honestly, Josh, I think the Matadors are looking a little bewildered so far.
Yeah, you know, they're not used to falling behind in the beginning, as you were saying. I was talking to David Wynn, coach of the Spartans, before the game started, and he said the defense for Monta Vista is outstanding. And so it is kind of, he did want to get this early run going. He seems like a happy camper right now.
Well, he got his wish. And that's Sydney Sue who is doing the serving there. And Mountain View gets the kill, and that is the end of that run. Sydney Sue, we'll be hearing a lot from her, but she is relatively rare among high school volleyball players. This is her 4th year on the varsity at Monta Vista. That's Kendall Wynn. High set, Wynn digs it out. And the referee saw something he didn't like. That may have been a double hit there.
Yeah.
So that gives it back to the Matadors, and that's Evelyn G. She came in with 74 aces tonight.
Our referees tonight are Chris Lee and John Angel.
And Monta Vista keeping that one alive. And the referee saw something he didn't like. That may have hit the floor.
I believe they crossed the middle line down there.
That'll do it for you. And now the libero is up, and that's Lydia Weeks. She's the captain.
Lydia's been having a great year.
Yeah, that was a good serve. She came in with a serving percentage of 93.2, so she doesn't make very many mistakes, and that last point was certainly not her fault. Now Miranda Shakuri, and you were talking about her a little earlier. Back set. That's going to be a ball handling error there. And that was on Sydney Sue, we talked about earlier.
Yeah, Cindy Sue is known for her aces. As I said, she's got 59 so far on the year.
59, and that is 100, and that's part of the 185 she's racked up as a Monta Vista Matador.
When you consider the national average for aces is 13.
Yeah, these girls are doing quite well. And that one might have been headed out.
Wow.
And Tessa Hunter had said enough of this. And that's kill 410 for Tessa. And now it's Alex Sakamoto. Not the oldest, not the tallest, but one of the more effective ones on this team. And that one's going to go off the net and point for Monta Vista. Krupa, that's right.
She's back there to serve.
And nice job there.
She found a soft spot in that defense and aimed right for it. What a great job by Tessa Hunter.
Yeah, she's just been absolutely amazing. She's also a senior. 188 sets under her belt.
Yeah, I was watching her last year, and you could tell the whole team rallies around her. When she's on fire, they're on fire.
Is that Tessa who's serving there?
Yes.
kill there by Millie Kopp. She strikes again.
Millie Kopp has been player of the game many, many times this year, and rightfully so.
Well, yeah, at least twice this year, once against Wilcox back on August 25th, and then on September 8th against Gunn, and there may have been another one mixed in with that.
It's great communication on the Mountain View side.
And Josh, you know that we don't like to compare siblings, but you got to think that Addie, number 8, has to look up at her older sister and see that there's something there too.
Addie is a sophomore, and she hasn't seen too much playing time.
Yeah, she'll get her chance, I'm sure. Tipped over. Long run for the libero there, but they keep it in play.
Good hit by Sue. Great defense on both sides.
On both sides, that's right. Good block there. And Mountain View not able to handle it.
Samantha Tong, number 3.
And she's also 5'10", so she has some height on her. I don't know if she is the tallest for that, but there is no one who is taller, as far as I know, on the Mountain View, the Monta Vista side.
It's good team effort on both sides.
And that kill just a little bit too enthusiastic.
And I believe that was Sue, and I know she wants that one back.
Can't blame her. And that's Mia Delgo who's serving now. We haven't seen much of Mia, and that one's not going to help her average. I think this is Mia's first year on the varsity.
That sounds right. And she does play in the back. She plays a lot of defense.
And that's Mithila Chaudhary serving now. Very hard to handle.
That's Kiana Mark in the back trying to play defense, and it just bounced right off of her. You'll notice one thing about this Mountain View team is that they got some strength to them. When they hit that ball, it goes flying really fast.
A lot of upper body strength on that front line. And that one, I think we had a little bit of a lapse in communication there by the Matadors.
I'm sure Andisha Turner will take that as an ace.
I think that probably would be the case. Short serve there.
It's a good dig by Kiana.
And 4 hits on that one, and I think that is going to, I think the referees are going to say that needs to go back to Monta Vista, and it does.
You could say Coach Wynn was not happy about that call.
No, I don't imagine he would be.
14-7, he's still feeling comfortable in this.
Well, here's Sydney Sue one more time. Long run there for Andisha, and that one's headed out.
Good spatial awareness that time.
We've said a lot about Sydney's attacking ability. We haven't really talked about her serving ability. 185 aces and a serving percentage of 86.2. So fairly consistently. And that one, so dangerous.
You can see why she's one of the stars of this team.
And Dave Wynn wants a timeout to let this set not get away from him. So we'll take a breather while they do. Don't go away. Back here at Mountain View High School, as Mountain View with a 7-point cushion saw it begin to disappear, and Dave Wynn said he wanted to gather his thoughts a little bit and gather the thoughts of his squad.
We left off, Sydney Sue hit an ace.
And that's number 186 for Sydney.
She's back to serve again. Lydia with the dig. Set up.
Not well executed there. Sydney Sue leads this squad with total digs, but also with the most serving errors. Not something you want to be known for. And that one's certainly not an error. Oh. Addie Kopp misplayed that one just a little bit. I thought that one was headed out. And now we got another timeout. And now that lead is down to 3. And I can understand why they'd want to take a little bit of a break here.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at the numbers for Monta Vista, and everything just jumps off the chart, but their 2 biggest players, their 2 stars on this team, Kiana Mark and Sydney Sue, they're defensive specialists. They're in the back. They're the ones who are going to be stopping this Mountain View team from scoring anymore. So they're looking to get their footing right now, and that's what the coach is hoping to talk them into.
Yeah, Sydney actually lines up as a right side hitter a lot of the time, but it has certainly paid off. I mean, if you look at her statistics, particularly you mentioned the team effort, Sydney Sue has, wait for it, 1,193 career assists. Yeah. And she's back serving again.
That's where Monta Vista wants her.
Good push there. Oh, nice rally, and that came out on the Monta Vista winning end.
Yeah, Cambria Cook on the front line for Mountain View. She tried to block that one, and it just bounced in a direction she did not want it to.
And now the lead's down to 2. Oh! And now down to 1. And that reception, I don't know if I'd count that as a reception error, but statistically it might have been.
Yeah, bounced just barely out of bounds there.
Mm-hmm. Right on near the antenna, I think. So Monta Vista with a chance to even this one up. And they do, and that's off a couple of unforced errors there by Mountain View. And Dave Wynn looks like he's just bitten into a lemon.
Yeah, you know, I've been watching this Mountain View team for a while, and it seems like whenever they face a good defense, they end up making unforced errors, and they score against themselves a lot of the time.
But not that time, Josh.
What a hit. And then
Millie Kopp.
With another kill.
And that's bringing it up to in the neighborhood of 480 for Millie.
228 for the season, 229 with that one. Definitely a star on this team.
And that was Kendall Wynn serving, and her reign as server was very, very short as we have a tie again. And Monta Vista has really scratched and clawed their way back into this contest. There's Evelyn G serving. And that will go as an ace.
Yeah, Lydia Weeks thought she saw something flying a little too far, but
it's always a judgment call when you have a serve go that deep into the backcourt, isn't it?
Credit Evelyn Chia.
And again, Tessa Hunter didn't get enough air on that.
Again, Mountain View just handing over some free points, but not that time.
Yeah. I think they learned their lesson at that point. And here comes Emmy Thomender for number 11. First time we've seen her this evening. Emmy's a sophomore, her first year on the varsity. See how she does as a middle blocker.
Lydia Weeks serving this one up.
And
good soft spot.
Tip there. And
yeah.
Emmy coming through.
She found that soft spot right in the middle.
Yes, she did. Kill 55 for Emmy.
Delario was reaching for it, couldn't reach, couldn't find it. There's Tessa looking for that same soft spot.
Yeah, I wonder how Monta Vista is going to react to that because they know they've been scored on there before.
Sydney with the setup.
And that one just a little bit wide, and Mountain View will keep the serve.
Kiana Mark doesn't miss it that often. Mountain View's going to need to take advantage if they want to take this set.
Yep, this is only a 1-point lead, so not enough to get complacent with. They can't get complacent with a 7-point lead. They certainly can't with a 1-point lead, can they? Well, make that a 2-point lead, but still no time for complacency. Lydia Weeks, who's serving right now, player of the match twice this year against Castilleja and against Cupertino. Now Monta Vista bringing in some, that's Lisa Smith, the sophomore middle blockers coming into the game, number 11.
And Deisha Turner wasn't ready that time. Kiana Mark with the kill.
Yeah, and Deisha really would like to have that one back.
This came right at her face, and she just wasn't ready.
Here's Miranda Shakuri, and that's going to go down as an ace. And Mountain View didn't know what to do with that one. Number 93 for Miranda. One of 6 seniors on this team, and one that's had 4 years, or this is her 4th year rather, on the varsity. So she certainly knows her way around a volleyball court.
Shankuri typically plays middle.
And that one tipped out of bounds.
Off the hands of Lisa Smith.
Yeah. And now Alex Sakamoto, this is the second time we've seen her. 5'3", you're going to see quite a vertical jump for her. And there it is.
Kiana Mark with another kill on that one.
And that one, no chance at all for the Spartans.
This is a great spike right there.
And right in what you called the soft spot of that Mountain View defense. So no chance at all for that one. And now Krupa Shanware, another senior with her 3rd year on the varsity, and that one stays in. Oh!
She mistimed it that time.
Yeah, and I don't think she got enough of a hit on that one either. Sort of went off some of her fingers, but not enough to get it over. And Monta Vista with a 1-point lead now. Good block. Not that time. Not quite enough.
Evelyn Chia tried that little soft touch to see if she could fool the Mountain View side, but they were not.
They were not fooled for a minute, and I think that would have been answered right back. And here's Tessa Hunter. Oh, wow.
Kiana Mark with another kill.
Kiana's really earning her wages tonight. And she's only a sophomore, Josh. That's the thing that impresses me the most about her.
It's almost scary how good this team can and should be. They should have a better record in the division than what they have right now.
Indeed. And that
I believe that was Evelyn Shia.
that was Tessa Hunter who made the dive for that one, but frankly, I thought that one had a ticket out of town. And so, Monta Vista closing in on a victory here in this first set. In what has been a very close fought one, that ties it up. We got a 23-23 game here. And that's Mia Delgo coming back into the game.
Mia last time overshot her serve.
Not this time.
Great dig. Good defense keeping
Good
it up.
block and mishandled, and Mountain View.
And Tisha Turner with winning that joust.
Yes, and that was a well-earned point. They had to fight for that one. So we'll step aside while both teams gear up for the end of this first set. Don't go away. Back here at Mountain View High School, and we are seeing a very entertaining and very well-played game on both sides as this first set is winding down, and that one overshot.
By Mia Delgado.
Yeah, and that's the second error she's made in this set, so one that she'll probably chalk up as a learning experience.
There we go with set point for Monta Vista.
Mithila Chowdhury. Dug out. Good dig there by the back line.
Surprise pushover. More good defense by Mountain
And
View.
there we go, and Mountain View with the equalizer.
Pushing it. Yeah, we didn't talk about the overall record for both these teams. The Matadors 19-6. Spartans at 20-6.
So we expected an entertaining match, and so far that's exactly what we've gotten. And that's out. And Mountain View takes the first set. Or no, they don't. They have one more they got to go through. I beg your pardon.
Got to win by 2.
Yep.
Adisha Turner back to serve.
That's Mallory Barrett, number 14, coming in as a middle blocker.
And that'll do it.
Or will it?
Oh, it was sandwiched.
And now we got ourselves a horse race. And Mountain View, I think, thought they had that point.
Absolutely. So did I. It was apparently sandwiched, according to the refs.
Barely dug out in time. Now Sydney Sue.
Sydney with the save on that point.
And Monta Vista keeping it alive, and there's nobody home.
Monta Vista.
From the pass from Mallory Barrett. And Monta Vista now with a set point situation, the second one of this set.
This Mountain View side is a little shocked.
Kill attempt from the backcourt there. And Monta Vista with a never say die, and they do get it. And it falls for the Matadors.
A game of inches.
And a very entertaining game of inches, too. I think you would agree, Mr. Young.
Absolutely.
So we'll come back. We'll talk a little bit about how that set went, and we'll start the second one in just a minute. Don't go away. Back here at Mountain View High School, and what you're seeing here is really the thing that gave this set to Monta Vista. And there is probably a technical name for it, but we're calling it a puddle scraper tonight. Josh, take over. What happened there?
Well, what you saw was Millie Kopp was finding the soft spot in the defense. And Evelyn Shia, give her credit. She dove for it. She got her hand on the floor underneath that ball, and it completely shocked not only me, this crowd, but also the team. And you saw Mountain View was just not able to recover after that.
Yeah, Mountain View really thought they had that point won. And it took them 5 or 6 seconds to realize that the rally was still on.
That's right. The refs never blew the whistle.
And by that time, they were all about in the midst of committing an unforced error that kept Monta Vista alive in this. So call it a fluke, but I don't think that the Monta Vista player actually put any momentum into that hit. It was just the momentum of the ball.
She got her hand underneath it. That's all you need.
Yep, and that's one for her highlight reel. Was that Evelyn J, number 1?
Yes.
Did that? Okay, well, good for you, Evelyn. And it's too early to say she was the player of the game, but definitely the player of the set. So Monta Vista.
That's right. She had some good highlights during that entire set there.
So Monta Vista, I think, is going to be serving in set number 2. And look who it is coming up to serve, Josh.
Absolutely. If you get the chance, throw your ace out there. Why not? It's the ace up their sleeve.
Well, Sydney's got one so far tonight. And that one is going to go to Mountain View, although the Monta Vista bench didn't like that one at all.
No, they did not. Looked really close.
Did you notice, Josh, that the two teams have not switched sides, even though the sets have ended? Now Andisha. And that's going to be just a little long.
As I said before, game of inches. That was maybe 4 inches outside the line. If that. But Turner is excited to serve again.
And well, she should be. 91.4% serving average. So not many mistakes made by Andisha.
Good save that time.
Ooh. Into that danger zone within 12 inches of the middle line. So hard to make a call.
Cambria was ready for it. In case the Matador's got a finger on it.
And Mallory Brent, too, number 14. And that one was poked down.
That was Brent.
Sure if that was Brent or was, I think, Cambria Cook might have been in on that one, too.
Just deflected it exactly where it needed to be.
And it's a 4-0 match, but as we've seen,
that's
Josh,
how we started the last one.
That can disappear very quickly.
Oh, that one's going out the door.
In more ways than one, that one is going out the door.
Make it 5-0. They're going to go ahead and take an early timeout, and I think that's a smart move.
Yes, it is, because they're seeing this set get away from them. So we'll take a timeout while they're at it. Don't go away. Back here at Mountain View High School, where once again Mountain View has jumped out to an early lead. The question now is, will they be able to sustain it? And Josh, we saw that it evaporated rather dramatically in the last set.
As soon as the Matadors get their defensive footing underneath them.
Yeah, that one was just not well communicated. Andisha continuing to serve. Oh my goodness.
What an ace that time. That would be hard to replicate.
No, that's a net cord, and I know she didn't mean to do that, but that's her second ace of this contest, and she's got a smile on her face, and I can't say I blame her. Kill attempt there, and that was just too far away and hit too hard.
Yeah, that was Shakuri trying to pick up the offense.
Too much horizontal, not enough vertical. And it's an 8-0 contest now. Another short serve. And that one, Millie Kopp kind of looking at that saying, what just happened?
Yeah, she swung a little too early. Got to keep your eye on the ball.
That's certainly true in baseball. And now Evelyn Yang serving. Long run for the libero, and she almost ran into the scoring table there.
Yeah, you saw Millie hit that ball cross court. She was crossing from left to right on your radio dial.
That's an amazing shot if you can make it, but you've got to have a lot of vision, and you've got to be able to get high enough, but you've also got to have good peripheral vision. That's something that very few players have, both those gifts. And that one's not handled, and I think that might go down as an ace.
You can see it's 10-1, and they haven't gotten their defensive footing yet on the Monta Vista side for this set yet.
No, they have not. And
once that happens, then I think you can guarantee that they're going to be racking up some points here shortly.
That's ace number 31 for Kendall Wynn that we had just a minute ago. Now, what was that you were saying about their defensive feet getting under them?
Well, that was definitely Kiana Mark. You always got to watch out for her. She's leading this team. She's leading this team in kills.
That she is.
She's one of their stars. You almost saw a collision on the Mountain View side between Lydia
Good
Weeks
push there
Kendall Wynn
by the front line. And back into the game comes Emmy Tomander. And Emmy had some good pushes in the first set. But right now, Mountain View sustaining the lead, not letting Monta Vista get any sort of momentum going. Not even with a push like that. And that one wasn't. Tessa tried that same move that we saw a couple of plays back, Josh, trying to get it all the way across the court, but not enough power behind that hit.
It was a good block on that time, too. I think.
Now Krupa Shanware. And that one's going to go to Mountain View. Double hit there. Josh, I don't know if you knew this. Krupa, who served just a minute ago, she was ranked in the top 50 in the state for aces just a couple of weeks ago, according to Max Preps.
Really?
So she's really making a mark.
That's impressive.
Alex Sakamoto.
A little mess up that time between number 5 and number 18 on the Monta Vista side.
And that is number 21 for Alex Sakamoto. And it is time for us to do a number on this break. So we'll see you in a minute. Well, we're back at Mountain View High School as we're looking at a 13-3 score.
Double-digit lead.
And Josh, we were wondering whether Mountain View be able to sustain that lead because it evaporated in the first set, but they've not only sustained it, they've expanded on it.
Let's see if they can continue that.
That's Alex Sakamoto.
See with the kill and the dig.
And pushed and perfectly pushed, and I think that was Tessa Hunter.
Absolutely.
The outside hitter there. As Alex continues to serve.
No one's scraping puddles on that one.
No.
Set up here, Sue.
And great block there.
Absolutely.
I think that was Kiana there that did that. So let's see whether they can do it. And that is Kiana coming up to serve. So let's see what the Matadors can do here. Trailing by 10 here in the second set. Ooh, and that was all that could be done there. As Emmy didn't read the pass correctly, all she could do was bump it, and with not enough English on it.
Kiana back again. Set. There goes Tessa.
And
just out of bounds.
Just a little long. Game of inches, like you said. And Dave Wynn is saying, could we not put this record on again? We've heard this song once tonight.
Well, they're still down by 8, so let's see what these Matadors can do.
Somebody's got to get that one, and she does.
Great
blocked
block.
Out of bounds.
Looks like it was Andisha Turner on the block on that one.
The angle of it just didn't fall for Mountain View, and it's a 7-point lead. And that one will go to Mountain View. And I think Tessa got more net than she was anticipating, and that worked to her advantage.
Good to see Evelyn Shia is okay. She almost did the splits out there.
Ooh, well, she might need some aspirin.
Tessa Hunter back to serve.
Ooh, great effort there by Lydia, but not quite enough.
Nobody on that left side for the defense for Mountain View.
Tessa with an 88.7 serving average there, so can't pin that one on her. Still a 7-point advantage. Ooh. In and out of the control there with Millie Kopp.
Credit Sue with that one.
And Dave Wynn is saying, I don't like this. It's deja vu all over again.
That's right.
So we'll take a break while he sorts it out. We'll be back in a minute. Back here at Mountain View High School, as it's a 6-point lead, but we've seen Mountain View have leads bigger than that and lose them, and that has happened, Josh Young, this very night.
Yeah, in fact, they just had the lead by 10 on that last time out.
And Dave Wynn saw what happened in the first set, which ultimately did go to Monta Vista on a play that could only be deemed miraculous. But there's nothing miraculous here about what's going on. It is hard work and hard-played volleyball.
You know, we haven't seen a lot of volleys go for too long, but I think the longer a volley goes between these two teams, it's going to be advantage to the Monta Vista team.
I think you're right. And it's Mia, and Mia is not having a good night when it comes to serving so far. But she'll be able to hold on to that because that one went into the net.
Evelyn Shia with not enough oomph. A little late on the swing.
But I think Mia needed that psychologically. Good push.
Mountain View defense is ready.
Ooh.
Not their offense.
No, Cambria misjudging that one just a little bit. Let's see that one again. And was not prepared for the block and then couldn't recover from that. So
yeah, that was Miranda Shankur.
Yeah, credit to the front line of the Matadors on that one. Sydney Sue now coming up. And another, that's Andisha that came away with the last touch on that one, and that's another unforced error. Still a 6-point lead, and it is later in the set now than it was when Mountain View saw their lead slip away last time. that time, Monta Vista wasn't able to coordinate. And Sydney Sue made a good slap at it, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, you don't see too many errors like that from Sydney Sue. Mountain View's happy to take that one. And Turner's back to serve now.
And that one blocked and falls, and a point to Mountain View, and it's a 19-11 game. Yeah, Sydney does not make very many errors, either receiving serves or making serves. But sometimes the upper body strength on the Mountain View front line is just too much for this Monta Vista defense. Poked over.
Good defense that time. And that one went out.
And Monta Vista doesn't like that call at all, and now it does get reversed. And Dave Wynn cannot believe it.
And the ref is calling the side judges over.
So
Wants to have a word.
Yeah, this will take a minute, and it does go to Monta Vista. And
Dave Wynn's not happy about that.
I still think Dave has a case, frankly.
Yep.
But in any case, 7-point lead for Mountain View, 19-12. And Evelyn Shea long run, and that is going to go down as a reception error for Lydia.
Credit Tessa Hunter for trying.
Yep, but you can't play it off the wall in volleyball. Maybe the ceiling, but not the wall. Good block, and
that goes out of bounds.
Yep, that's where sometimes the worst offense is a good defense.
Well, the home team's still up by 7.
And that's Kendall Wynn serving.
Kendall Wynn, a defensive specialist, primarily in the backcourt. There's Kiana Mark. Kendall Wynn's all over it. Here comes the setup, and Tessa Hunter. Here we go. Credit the Matadors.
Push.
They've been doing well. This is one of those long volleys we talked about.
And you predicted it would go to the Matadors. We'll see as the rally continues. And nobody home. And it did indeed go to Monta Vista, but not for a lack of trying. I didn't see a whole lot of unforced errors on either side for that one, Josh. And now the Monta Vista coach having a word with the referee. Maybe there's something up with the scoreboard. There's Miranda.
One thing you're seeing on this Mountain View side, at least the lack of, is a lot of energy. Nora, I'm used to seeing this Mountain View team with a lot of energy.
Late in the week, and the thing that's remarkable, although our audience wouldn't necessarily know this, is that Mountain View, they had today off. There were no classes today. Monta Vista, and that time, the rally, which had a lot of fireworks to it, did go to the Spartans.
They'll take it.
And it's a 6-point lead, and they've crossed into the 20s. So they're closing in on this second set. There's Lydia.
Nice soft serve.
And right into the soft spot.
Samantha Tong just surprising the defense for Mountain View. They weren't expecting that one.
Samantha Tong, we haven't seen a lot of her tonight, but she did have 111 kills coming into this contest, now at least 112, and that one's a little long. And it's a 4-point margin, and this is the closest that Monta Vista has come this set.
Since the beginning, absolutely.
Dug out and then no place to go. Kendall Wynn flying after, wasn't able to rescue it. And now the lead's down to 3. And perhaps Monta Vista smelling blood in the water. So we'll step aside while they work things out. We'll be right back. As we take a look at that Monta Vista squad that is closing in and whittling away at that Mountain View lead as they have been in the last few minutes. And maybe the energy level is going to play a huge role in the rest of this match, Josh Young.
I suspect so. I think if...
well, it didn't there, did it?
You can see motivation building for these Mountain View Spartans.
And yet, oh, I guess that point went to Monta Vista. No, it didn't. Monta Vista thought it did. I thought it went to Mountain View, and it did.
Referee Chris Lee correcting.
I'm sure they won't be complaining about that on the Mountain View side. Now Alex Sakamoto. She's done a capable job serving tonight. And that one hits home. And Tessa Hunter adding to her pile of kills.
Last time she aimed to that spot, she was about 2 inches out, and this time she was 2 inches in.
And now, Mountain View, 2 points away from evening the score in sets. And no one home there, and
a little bit of miscommunication.
Well, yeah, you saw Sydney Sue, number 7, who could have taken that. It's set point now. Could have stepped in there and kept that rally alive, and she backed off.
Shanware and Shadowry, they were, I think Shanware was calling for it.
Good tip. Mountain View controls. That one goes off the hand of the front line.
Yeah, that was Tong, Samantha Tong trying to block that one.
And Mountain View takes that set, and that one, once that left the hands of the front line, there was no rescuing it. So we got one set apiece here at Mountain View High School. We'll be back for set number 3 in just a moment. Taking a look at this Mountain View squad that just captured the second set and evening that score up. Josh, you had an observation earlier about the energy level, and do you think that having now won a set that there's going to be enough motivation for the Lady Spartans to continue to make this really a contest?
Absolutely. You saw how they started off the last one. Even though they were up by 10 early on, they didn't have a lot of energy up front, which you normally see with this Mountain View team. So they were still able to pull it out, and you saw Monta Vista start coming back, but then they found it in themselves to dig out, and then they grabbed the motivation from the end of this one, and I look forward to them carrying it into the next one.
Well, you know what they say, nothing succeeds like success. And I think Mountain View, it wasn't a set that they had to have, but it was certainly a set that they needed, and they got it, and they earned it. I think what's also going to be interesting is to see whether Mountain View goes on a long scoring run early in the set, because they've done that in the past 2 times with varying degrees of finality to it.
Right.
Now, if you're Monta Vista, what are you going to do to regain the strategic control of the game?
You got to go back to basics. I don't think you want to try too hard on offense. I think what you want to do is just play it easy on offense and then focus on your defense. Because the longer these rallies go, the more likely Mountain View is going to end up making an unforced error. And that'll give them some more motivation while taking it away from Mountain View at the same time.
We've seen a lot of aces, of course, but I don't know if any of those have been due to just mishandling or reception errors as much as they have been just plain old good scoring by the serving game on both sides.
Well, here comes Andisha Turner, who's an excellent server.
.4%. Beautiful kill there.
Great job by Monta Vista. I believe that was Miranda Shankur.
Yep.
With a kill
And
that time.
one, they're going to have to chase down the ball here, I think. Nope, we got another one.
Game on.
And is that Evelyn who's going to be serving for the Matadors?
Evelyn Chia.
And that one's long, and so we're 1-1. So
Great communication that time by the Mountain View side.
So far, a serving duel this ain't, but we'll see that develop as we go on.
And we got Wynn back now for the Spartans. There you go.
Good work by the back line, but it's not enough.
And there you saw, Kiana wasn't going for the kill. She was just pushing the ball over.
You know, something I also noticed was that Mallory Barrett, number 14, really didn't give a whole lot of aggression in attacking that. And I think she could have captured the point there if she'd really dug in.
Yeah, Mallory is a sophomore, and she's still learning this system. This is her first year on varsity.
That was the kind of thing I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
And that time, Mallory earned her stripes.
You see her team rallying around her.
And Mallory is not a small girl. I mean, she's 5'10", and I don't think there's anybody who's taller on that. And that one was just textbook. And now Lydia. Lydia leads this Spartan team, 44 aces. And that one won't be added to the total.
Looking for the spike that time, and she caught it. Kiana Mark, kill after kill. She's what picks up this offense for the Monta Vista.
You notice
Matadors.
that was a cross-court kill attempt.
Yep.
That was not down the line. That was making them play the triangle game. And that one falls, and that was...
I don't blame Monta Vista for that. That ball, it had a lot of spin on it, and it managed to just get down. I thought it was going to go out when I first saw it leave Tessa's hand.
Yeah, I wondered if it was, but Tessa had enough control over it.
You can see here in the replay, it just barely makes it right on that line.
And that's the disadvantage. If you're that far back from the net, you don't have quite as much perspective. And that's going to be a serving error there.
On Alex Sakamoto. And Kiana Mark for Monta Vista Matadors is back to serve with the lead.
Or was that Kim? No, it was Alex. You're right. And that one.
Looked like a block that time.
I think Tessa just didn't get vertical enough on that one. And now Monta Vista sitting on a 2-point lead.
Barely getting it over the net.
Good push. And that one. And the kill attempt giveth, and the kill attempt taketh away.
Kiana Mark with another kill.
And Kiana had to have been, let's see that again, I think she must have been about 4 feet from the net on that one. So she was really lucky.
She got
to
some
get
height.
That one. Ooh.
Joust.
And Mountain View keeps it but can't capitalize.
Monta Vista won the joust that time. Kept it on the Mountain View side. They weren't able to recover.
And Mountain View decides to recover with a little bit of a breather, and we'll take 1-2. Well, we're back, and Monta Vista finding themselves in a somewhat unfamiliar situation. In the opening stages of a set, they have the lead, and Josh Young, this is something that we have not seen a whole lot from. Usually it's been Mountain View that's been dominant in the early rallies.
That's right. The Matadors kept it easy going in the very beginning of this set. They weren't trying too hard on offense, but they were doing their job on defense.
Well, now Mountain View is having to play catch-up, and they may have started a good trend there. As that is Tessa Hunter, who's stepping up to serve from the right side of the court. Came in with 76 aces. And that one's going to be out, and so Mountain View draws another point closer.
Mountain View needed that.
Did you notice, Josh, that Tessa now has switched over to the left side?
Yeah. She's trying to find a hole on that defense.
Yes, she is.
She's going to be hard pressed.
And that one just a little bit too hard.
It's like Millie would like that one back.
Yeah, Millie doesn't make many mistakes like that, but
no, in fact, she is leading this team in kills.
yeah, and did everything right in terms of posture, just not enough with the attempt. And that's Tomander here, and the whistle goes. That's going to go to Los Altos. We got a Mountain View because of a double hit there. And Monta Vista is suitably disgusted.
Yeah, they're scratching their heads trying to figure out what they did wrong.
Well, here's Mia Delgo, and she had a rotten first set, did much better in the second set, and that's a good serve to get this rally going. And a great block there by Andisha. That's known as your perfect defense right there.
You've seen smiles at the front of that Spartans offense. It's a good sign for them.
Job well done.
They're only one behind here.
And that one tipped, and that one is too many hits and not enough points, and that will go. And the Spartans have clawed their way back to parity, as we say. And Mia continues to serve. And Mia's got to be feeling good about this. Good dig. Mountain View couldn't follow that one up. Was that Alex Sakamoto that got the dig there?
Yes, it was, and that was a little bit of miscommunication on the front line between Cambria Cook and Andisha Turner to set it up and get it over the net.
Alex not known for doing a lot of digging. She's more of a serve receptionist, but got to give her credit for a good effort on that one. Mountain View keeping it alive.
They're able to get it over.
Having to make a cross-country vacation on that one. Oh, good pass, but
4 touches.
4 touches. That was really a good strategic move by Monta Vista, but
Evelyn Shia was not able to get the angle she wanted on that hit.
Yeah. Good thinking, but it didn't pay off. And we have a 9-9 match. And here's Andisha.
Andisha, one of the few seniors on this team. She plays almost every volley.
Actually, there are 5 seniors on this team. So that's a good chunk of them.
You see a lot of them in there right now.
Yeah, you do.
You can tell Dave Wynn wants this game. He's keeping the seniors out there on the floor.
Well, he knows that the lead that they have in the standings is so narrow that if Mountain View loses tonight, they do not control their own destiny. Here's Evelyn. Blocked. And that one, puddle scraper didn't pay off.
Sydney Sue tried her best. She had her hand down there.
Let's see that one again. And tried and had her hand in the right position, just not in the right place. And that one, beautifully executed. Very, very close set so far, Josh.
Credit to Kiana, Mark on that one, and the Matadors.
And here's Miranda, one of the more experienced members of this team. But all the experience in the world won't prepare you for a tip like that.
And Tessa Hunter, once you see her catch fire, you'll see this Mountain View team rally around her.
Here's Lydia Weeks again. Short serve. She saves the day.
Again, here she comes.
Now, I'm not sure if that was deliberate or not, but Mountain View did come away with the point on that. Josh, did you have an angle on what just happened?
Yeah, it looked like Mallory Brent, she went up there. She was a little bit late, and she couldn't quite get the angle she wanted, but she was able to get enough of underneath it to get it back over the net.
She bumped it, and Monta Vista wasn't able to handle that. And that one, 4 hits, and I would have thrown in a net violation there too. So now Mountain View building up a 3-point lead here in this third set. Lydia Weeks still serving. Very short serve, and it pays off.
Lydia Weeks with an impressive serve that time.
That's ace number 91, Josh.
She caught Evelyn Yang by surprise. She wasn't expecting the ball to land that short. She was ready for it that time, though.
And right now, Monta Vista has no answers for Lydia Weeks as a server. And they're going to try to figure some answers out in the next minute or so. So we'll step aside while they try to put the puzzle together. Don't go away. Taking a look at the Lady Matadors, who up until this time have not been able to figure out what Lydia Weeks has been throwing at them. And Mountain View has a 5-point lead here in the third set, and Lydia is continuing to serve. And that's got to be just an enormous shot in the arm for the Mountain View Spartans. So let's see what happens here. And that one lands, and a game of inches it is.
That was very close.
And I think Mallory was even surprised that that one went her way, but it did.
Good defense
Long
that time.
trip.
For the kill.
That time they were able to come away with
You're seeing a good battle right here between the kills on both sides, between Tessa Hunter and Kiana Mark.
But I'm noticing that both defenses are learning how to outsmart the other offense. And that one Lydia got a piece of, but not enough underneath it.
Here comes Tessa again. Sue that time tried to kill. Here comes
Mountain View trying a lot of tips here, and that one's going to go out.
That was not a good angle for Evelyn Shia to try the kill on that one. She pushed it a little too hard.
So Mountain View regaining the serve and a 6-point lead. And here's Alex Sakamoto. You know, Josh, we're going to have to do some homework because the superintendent of this district for a number of years was Dr. Paul Sakamoto. Might be a relative, might not be. And Mountain View opening up a 7-point lead now, and Alex is looking happy.
That was coming right towards Shanware's face, and she didn't know what to do with it.
Well, I know what we're going to do, and that is we're going to let these teams talk about what they're going to do in the next 6 points. So we'll let them do that. Don't go away. So we've now cleared up that little mystery. Alex Sakamoto is not, in fact, related to Dr. Paul Sakamoto, but that's okay.
Well, here's Alex Sakamoto as we're speaking, ready to serve.
That one was begging to be jousted, and Mountain View didn't take it. Oh, into the rafters, but not enough. If it hits the wall, that's
it.
All she wrote.
And that was what the Matadors were looking for. Trying to find any of this momentum that can claw back from the Spartans.
The rafters in this gym are really unusual. It's different architecture from a lot of other schools that I've seen.
And you know those rafters do get in the way quite a bit.
Yes, they do. And you can play off the rafters. You can play off the ceiling. But once they come down and it hits a vertical wall, you're out of luck. 5-point game here.
Couple unanswered here.
Mountain View going for a lot of tips on this one. Not as many traditional kill attempts. And they're losing ground as a result of that.
That's 3 unanswered. And you have Kiana Mark sitting back there ready to serve.
Great attempt there, and a successful one there by Tessa Hunter.
Yeah, Shanware again was hoping to get a piece of it, but if she would have let it go, it may have gone out of bounds.
So here comes Tessa, who is a senior, 5'9". This is her 3rd year on the varsity. Good tip there by Mallory, and then
a little bit of back and forth. Mallory, I'm sorry, that was Millie.
Yeah, Mallory had it before then. 2016. Well done there. And Millie perhaps getting some redemption there.
And this little back and forth we got going on, that's going to favor Mountain View, these little short back and forth volleys.
Well, I was going to say that, Josh, but again, the energy level has to be sustained, and we haven't seen that so far in the late going from the Spartans. And that one off the hand of the libero. She's a little slow to get up.
Yeah, Chowdhury.
22-16 as now Mountain View's back in business.
There's no answer for the Mountain View offense that time.
Mia Delgo. And that one's
A little too hard.
license to fly, as we say in Sacramento. As Mountain View inches closer to a third set victory.
Evelyn Shia has not been on her game in the kill position today.
And blocked. Monta Vista handles. Pushed over. That one
Oh, that was
just
that was
inside. Just inside.
that back corner. They were screaming out, and everyone thought it was going out, but it's just barely in that corner.
But Dave Wynn doesn't argue the point, and
Nope.
Monta Vista does get that one, and it's a 23-17 match.
One they needed. They need to rally if they're going to have a chance with this set.
Here's Sydney Sue. We've heard a lot from her this evening.
Sydney Sue going to do what she do. There's Miley Kopp.
And now set point for the Spartans.
Miley Kopp excited about that one.
It's Andisha.
Sophomore Barrett back in the game.
And not enough on that one. And Lydia is going to be feeling a lot of these bumps and bruises for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's been diving all over the place tonight. Great block, and that is going to do it for the third set. And the Mountain View bench emptying out to congratulate the team. So now Mountain View's got a 2-1 advantage. We're headed back to the fourth set in just a moment or two.
Great set.
Back here for the fourth set at Mountain View High School, and Josh Young, I think what we saw in the last one really says a lot about the energy level and the endurance of the Mountain View Spartans. We were saying that at the top of the show, that they do tend to do better work in the later sets. Is that a sentiment that you would agree with?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can definitely see them all smiles on the bench right now. And they're ready. They're ready to get back in this and see if they can take this fourth one.
Yep, and they're one set away from getting a badly needed victory if they want to maintain their position in the standings. What do you say if you're the Monta Vista coach right now? What do you say to your team?
You know, on their side, you saw them take an early lead in that last set. And what you saw is you saw them, like I was saying, going back to the basics where you want to focus more on defense than your offense. When they tried a little too hard on offense, especially later on in that set, they kept making mistakes, kept hitting the ball out of bounds, and Mountain View took advantage of that, grabbed the momentum, took that set.
So it sounds like you're asking that they would play maybe a more conservative game?
At least on the offensive side.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, on the defensive side, you got to give them credit. They had a lot of jousts and blocks that they were winning up front, and I think they got to continue doing that. Absolutely.
I think you're right. But it's been a contest that has certainly been entertaining. These are two very evenly matched teams in terms of maturity, in terms of numbers, in terms of experience. in terms of stuff that isn't always talked about, unforced errors and serving errors and receiving errors. If this were a boxing match, so far it would be a draw, but it's not.
Unfortunately, no.
Well, unfortunately for Monta Vista, anyway. And now we're back with the fourth set, and that's Evelyn Shea. Mountain View not prepared for that serve very well. But they did recover some perspective. They do get the point.
You saw Kiana Mark. They start off Monta Vista. They start off their players in the position that they think is going to work best for them to start off this set.
I don't think Mountain View was quite ready for whomever had served, no matter who it had been. That one they were having to play the ball out of bounds and get it back into play.
Yeah, they got themselves into trouble.
And there's Andisha. Left-handed server. Tipped over. I think that was Mallory. Kept alive. And that one's going to go to Monta Vista.
Kill that time by Miranda Shankour. Did not see that one coming. They weren't ready for it. She's back now to serve.
Good dig there by Evelyn. Mallory with a kill attempt. Blocked, still in play.
Good easy offense.
And 2 attempts there that went off fingertips. And we got ourselves a 2-2 contest. Miranda continuing to serve now for the Matadors. Good push.
We see that from Andisha Turner from time to time, catching the offense or the defense off guard for the Matadors. It's the first time I've seen it today from her, but she's very good at that.
Yeah, you don't want to go to that move too often because it's not always going to have a whole lot of speed to it, and it does give the defense time to react if they're at all expecting it. That time, clearly, they weren't.
Good save that time from Kiana.
There's Mallory. Just saving the day there. And that time, Mallory's going to get the point, and she's all smiles right now. And that was off the hand of, I think it may have been Evelyn.
It's good spatial awareness by the Spartans to find the holes necessary to get that.
Right you are, and Kendall Wynn back to serve again. Kill attempt that the ball was not cooperating with. I think that's the only way I can describe it.
It's like a swing and a miss when you still hit the ball.
There you go.
A little blooper into the
Wait
net.
a minute, how can it be a swing and a miss if you still hit the ball?
It's a blooper into the net.
Yeah, there you go. And that's blocked, and that time it's going to fall on the Mountain View side, and Monta Vista.
Kiana with enough oomph to stop the block and still get the point.
Yeah, and Monta Vista needed this psychologically to get a grip back on this. This is Krupa Shanware now. Swatted, but not with authority. Tipped.
Double.
Kind of a desperation move there by the front line just to keep it up.
Could have told
Lydia
the referees
Weeks. Lydia Weeks, the ace maker.
You can see they're playing back.
Of course, the disadvantage of playing back is you've got to make a cross-country trip to make it if it's dinked over like that, the way that Mallory just did.
No credit. I believe that was Emmy Thomander.
Or was it Emmy Tomander?
Yeah.
I only saw the one. It was Tomander. Good penetration there.
Yeah, Lydia was playing a little too far up front. She wasn't back far enough to get that.
Now Kiana Mark, who's been such an important part of Monta Vista's success tonight and all of the games. That's out. There we go.
Point
The
Mountain
the last hit by Mountain View, that was Mallory.
View. Yeah.
And now Mallory's going out. Alex Sakamoto comes in to take her place. And Alex is going to be serving. And Alex has been very, very good at the serving game tonight, Josh.
And on the defense.
And the defense,
You
too.
saw her get a lot of good digs on that last set.
Now that one won't help her average.
I know the Matadors certainly appreciate that one.
And stepping up right now is Mithila Chaudhary.
Chaudhary is a very important part of this defense for the Matadors.
Oh, okay, they can't recover from that one. Well, the other thing about, just to put it in perspective, okay, Mithila, most digs per set, almost 4 digs per set, and more serve receptions than anybody else on the court right now.
That's right.
Over 1,000 receptions. And that point goes to the Spartans. And Tessa Hunter. Tessa, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, Josh. She was the player of the match in the match against Los Altos back on September 29th. So she's definitely made her mark. Beautifully done by Evelyn.
Evelyn needed that. She's not been performing well in the kill position.
Yeah, you were saying that earlier. And now Sydney.
Yeah, as they rotate around, they got Sydney serving. Received by Tessa.
And that was just over everybody's head.
Yeah, that was Shankuri. He found the soft spot in the back of the defense.
Yep. Sydney's been very capable as a server, but she's most known for digs. Oh, almost 670 digs that she's done. Is that going to go for an ace? No, it will not. And Sydney really wanted that one. So now the serve goes back to the Spartans, and Mia Delgo great block. And that's going to be all for that rally.
Bounced off the floor that time.
Mia Delgo is going to be a lot of fun to watch for the rest of this year and the next 2 years. She's got a great future ahead of her. And that one.
I'll tell you, every game we've covered, we've seen Mia do something on the defense that just makes you go, wow.
And that one, I think that said as much about the dispiritedness of Monta Vista, because I don't think there was a whole lot of thought that went into that serve reception.
So dispirited, they're going to have to take a timeout.
And we will too. Back here at Chester Awalt Memorial Gym, the Mountain View Spartans have come alive since that really disappointing first set. And Josh Young, I don't know anyone who would say it, but all of the energy, Mountain View just looks like it's been plugged in someplace, don't you think?
They're ready to go. You hear them coming back on the court screaming like a Spartan.
Which is a very appropriate analogy now that I think of it. And clearly that point went to Monta Vista and they deserved it. But I've got to say that at least in this set, the Matadors looked like they're just a little bit out of gas compared to what Mountain View is showing us.
Yeah, a little bit flat compared to what we're used to seeing, at least to how they started off this match.
Well, here's Evelyn. Good side volley there by Alex.
No mistaking it that time.
Nope, and there's life in the team yet as they pull to within 2.
Kiana Mark found her mark.
Good push.
Evelyn, she has tried diving for it.
Very devious on that.
I know she wanted to.
Was that Cambria who did that one?
Yep.
Cambria Cook. Cambria who has
I'm
no...
sorry, that was Indisha Turner. That was number 10.
All right, well, Cambria was on the court anyway.
Right next to her.
So here comes Indisha.
Miscommunication there, but they still take advantage.
You can never, ever write off the Monta Vista Matadors in volleyball. Never.
I'm writing that down. Is there going to be a test later?
Yeah, it'll be 90% of your grade. The other 10% is participation.
Tessa Hunter couldn't get enough oomph on that one.
Yeah, and that will be a 0 for participation on that one.
Right
As this game goes on, we're coming up on the 9 o'clock hour. So these ladies have been at it for quite a while now.
Just when they were starting to get the momentum going their way, a serving error will take them out of it and give the ball back to Mountain View.
And again, Josh, the endurance may play a role here as Mountain View does its best work in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th sets. And they're holding on to a 2-point lead here in the 4th. Good reaction there.
Good attempt. Marked by another good attempt by Kiana.
And a double hit on that, and that's going to be another dispiriting thing for the Matadors. Just all sorts of bad luck happening. And yet they've remained within just a few points. And that one's going to go to Monta Vista.
That outside hitter, Evelyn Yang. Evelyn finding a spot right in front of Indisha Turner.
We haven't said a lot about Evelyn tonight, but second year on varsity, she had 80 sets under her belt when she came in tonight. Now Krupa. And that's a good kill. And Mallory Brent, the sophomore, bringing that one home. As Mountain View within 10 points of a victory here in tonight's match. And the balance of this set is just going back and forth like a pendulum, Josh.
Yeah, I think lucky for Mountain View, they're able to rest a couple of their seniors.
Yeah.
For this set, at least for this portion of their set. And then Disha setting up Mallory, putting a lot of faith into Mallory. You see her setting her up on that right side. Mallory's taking advantage.
Well, Mallory is not being tentative anymore. I think that's the thing that I've noticed about her. She's really come alive in the last set and this one, and it has been all to the benefit of the Mountain View Spartans. And here's Alex Sakamoto. And that one just inside. And a good call by the refs.
It's a very soft spot on that, the right back corner for Mountain View. They haven't been able to cover that spot very well. The Matadors are taking advantage.
And we've got a 17-15 game here.
See if they can continue to take advantage.
Correct your score, please. And puddle scraper that time that didn't come off. Oh, it was a two-handed puddle scraper, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately, Shanware has been a little soft spot on this defense that Mountain View's been exploiting.
And now here's Tessa Hunter. Good dig there by Lydia. Somebody's got to push that one over. Long run there.
Tessa had to run pretty far to catch that.
Tipped,
Double.
stepped alive, stepped, kept alive. And that one off the hands of Mallory or someone, I'm not sure who. But that might have been Emmy Tomander.
Yeah, I believe it was.
And it's still a 2-point lead. So Mountain View cannot break away to wrap this one up. Question now, can Mountain View close the sale? Good dink there.
That's Millie.
That was Millie Kopp, that's right. And Millie can be very sneaky, but she always manages to get the point scored.
Yeah, you don't want to go soft on Millie. You gotta have your defenses up at all times around that one.
And here's Mia Delgo. And that is what you call your basic reception error, and that is number 59 for Evelyn.
And another timeout.
And there's a lot of frolicking on the Mountain View side, and I can't say I blame them. So it's 2016. We'll be back for the conclusion of the fourth set right after this. Well, we're back at Mountain View High School, where the Lady Spartans, after a very tentative start, have taken control of this match, and they're 5 points away from icing this one completely.
Monta Vista's not out of it just yet. Don't count them out.
Never can. Mia Delgo continuing to serve. What was that you were saying about not counting them out?
That was on the test. Miranda Shankur with the kill that time. Shankuri.
And Miranda has the highest hitting percentage. This is not something we've talked about, but Miranda kills minus hitting errors divided by the total number of attempts, 331. Best on the team. Good dig there by Lydia. Now they bring it back, and
too many hits.
Millie didn't have, Millie kind of whiffed on that one. 2018.
Good save that time by Sue.
And that one's too hard, and Millie in a bit of a slump now as Monta Vista drawing to within one. And Evelyn continuing to serve. one too long, and a great call.
Ooh, Tessa was very close to touching that. It skinned her nose a little bit there.
Made the right call at the very last second.
Pulled her hands away, and it was the right call.
Yep. Otherwise, we would have been in a 20-20 game.
Here comes Andisha Hunter on the attack. Good hit by Mallory, and even a better save by the Matadors.
Pushed over, and the Matadors just will not say die.
Here comes Kiana. Too hard that time.
I'm really impressed that Monta Vista, I mean, they were taking everything that Mountain View was throwing at them. And
a very scrappy bunch.
It's a 3-point lead, but we know that Monta Vista could erase 3-point leads easier than just about any other team in this league. And again, a devious push there, and it keeps Monta Vista.
Caught Mountain View by surprise. So Lydia Weeks was the only one ready for it, and she couldn't reach it.
And here comes Miranda.
Gonna have to run.
And, yep, no chance at all.
I was fully expecting Kiana to jump over the chairs to get to that ball.
If they'd been able to get that and keep it in play, I don't know what I would have done, but I would have been surprised. And here's Kendall Wynn. Joust. And Monta Vista takes it.
Well done.
It's a net violation, I think, there on Andisha.
Yeah, you saw her hands clearly bring down the net.
Net cord. And really took advantage of some very badly out of position players there, Josh.
We got a game going.
We do have, and because Mountain View realizes, or Monta Vista rather, realizes that time is running out.
There's Mallory
blocked, and
what a block by Kiana.
And the Matadors have tied this thing up.
Well done. That's that defense.
And here's Krupa continuing to serve. No one home, and Monta Vista takes the lead.
They were fully expecting her to kill that.
And Mountain View wants a timeout, and they do take one.
24-23.
And folks, you would be very foolish to turn off right now because this is going to be a fantastic finish. Don't go away no matter what you do.
And here we go, Shan Ware's back.
Mountain View trying to finish this one off.
It's exciting. That one goes off the bar.
Oh, badly handled, and that's going to be the set for Monta Vista. And folks at home, we're going to a fifth set. You're getting your money's worth tonight, and we will be back with set number 5 in just a moment or two. We are back for the fifth set in this contest, and it has been nothing if not entertaining.
Absolutely.
Both sides have put on an absolute clinic of volleyball prowess. And Josh Young, I think that the factor that none of us are going to know about is the fatigue that's involved with both of these squads. Would you agree?
Yeah, it seemed like Mountain View, they had a lot of the momentum. They had a lot of the energy. They were up majority of that last set, and the Matadors were still able to dig it out within themselves to score enough to win that last set.
Mountain View within 4 points of wrapping this contest up, and they couldn't quite close the deal. So now we're in the 5th set, and as you know, we play to 15.
You see the hands on the hips. You see they're a little tired. And then over on the Matador side, they have the energy. They have the momentum. There should be an interesting outcome to this final set.
Now, Evelyn, she's wearing a mask. I don't remember her doing that earlier. And that one is going to be just a little long. And that's how this set gets started.
You definitely need Miley to be on fire for this.
But unlike in nursery rhymes, Josh Young, well begun is not half done. As Mountain View draws even, and we've seen 2 long scoring runs disappear into thin air in the opening minutes of the set.
I'm already excited. This has been such a good game. This is the game that I really was excited about on the calendar.
And it's turning out to be everything we expected and a lot of things we didn't expect.
It's a very tough defense on the Monta Vista side, but give credit to Mountain View. They've been able to keep momentum for a lot of this match. There's that surprise pushover by Adisha. They were ready for it that time.
Well, they did get a piece of it, but you don't win with a piece of it. You win by getting the ball down on the other side's court. And it's 3-1 Monta Vista. And that time, puddle scraper didn't quite work. And Mountain View's back in it.
Miranda Shankur going out. And Chowdhury in. The libero for these Matadors. Back to serve is Kendall Nguyen.
Mountain View controlling. And they come away with it. And Tessa Hunter's got to be liking that one, and it's a 3-3 game.
All of the Spartans are liking that one.
Did you notice how far back her hand went?
Yeah, and the follow through that she has too.
Right.
She's amazing at this game.
And it's a
so much fun to
3-3
watch.
contest. Yes, it is. Good dig by Lydia. Now they got to play off the rafters. And that is going to go to Monta Vista, but I don't know on what basis that happened. Was that because they were playing it off the rafters?
I said it was a legal touch.
Okay. So you can play it off the rafters.
Yep, it was just an illegal touch.
Okay.
Called by John Angel.
I wonder if John Angel gets a lot of people singing his name. Oh, too long. Mountain View behind by 2.
Timeout.
Timeout it is. We'll take a breather while they do. Don't go away. Well, Mountain View down 2 points here in this final set. And I don't know that they expected it to go this long, and I don't know that we did either, Josh, but it has been an amazing show. And now Monta Vista serving, and good attempt there by Evelyn to keep it alive, not enough. And so Mountain View's back in business, down by 1.
Good kill. Couldn't see who that was. I think it may have been.
That was Mallory, I think.
Oh, okay.
Serve there. And that one is going to be a reception error, and all of a sudden Mountain View in a tie game again.
Not sure what Coach David Wynn told them, but it's working.
And the Mountain View bench is just on fire for what their team is doing. And Mallory
hits that one into the net.
As I said earlier, the ball was not cooperating.
Mallory has a very young front court here.
Mallory's got a heck of a wing spread, though. I mean, and that can be a disadvantage.
And we've seen her do a lot of really good things in this game.
Yes, we have. Ooh, good control there. That looked disastrous. And that time, Monta Vista now back with a 2-point lead as we're about at the halfway point in this 5th and final set.
Kiana Mark still looking to make her mark on this set. Back to serve.
Andisha screaming, mine! No dispute about that one. And that one's too long, and Mountain View's back in business. And here comes Alex Sakamoto. Josh, I think it's fair to say that there's been no better server on either side tonight than Alex Sakamoto.
Absolutely, she's having a good game.
And that one planted in the back corner. And the pendulum swings again in the direction of the Matadors.
I believe that's Sue with the kill.
And Sue knew where that ball was going to go from the second she got the pass. No doubt in her mind where that was headed. And that one's going to go to Mountain View.
Tessa Hunter with the kill that time. She's going back to serve.
A little slow to get there. I don't know how much Tessa's got left.
Well, she does have a...
And that one's just a little long. And Mountain View still playing catch up. One's going to go into the net, and Mountain View again with a chance to even the score.
That is not something you see from Sydney Sue very often.
And Sydney may have been feeling a little bit of the pressure. We got ourselves a 9-8 game.
We got a little conversation going on here.
The scoreboard on the far side appears to have gone out. But that's okay.
We still got a scoreboard.
Yes, we do.
And we have Mia.
And Mia has the serve. And Mountain View has the points.
And Bria Cook with the block up front. She didn't need no help. She did all by herself.
It's not a one-person show ever in high school volleyball, but she did capture it. And the Spartans find themselves in a 9-9 tie. Blocked. Still in. Good save there by Tessa. And that one's still kept in, and...
Nope, that'll be the point.
Oh, a point from Monta Vista. That's got to be frustrating. Just as Mountain View is seeing a little bit of daylight.
Evelyn Shia back to serve. On that last one, I believe Millie did not get the ball over the net.
No, she didn't. That one went over the net.
Cambria Cook, this is the second time we've seen her score.
And Cambria made that one look easy. So here's Andisha. We're in a 10-10 tie.
And number 10 to serve.
Let's see if she scores a perfect 10.
Oh, looks like we have some equipment malfunction, maybe an injury on the Monta Vista side.
Well, they're having a quick powwow here.
The medical staff is looking over at Chowdhury, the libero for the Monta Vista side.
Yes, and there's going to be a new libero for the Matadors. And that's going to be Priscilla Cho. And Priscilla is a senior. It's her second year on the varsity. 95.8 serving percentage.
And what a time to come into this game.
Now that may be the extra bit of gas in the tank that the Matadors need tonight.
We'll see how she performs.
And a good kill there by Mallory, as Mountain View has the lead. And I think that may be the first time they've had the lead in this set.
Yeah, Mallory gets the ball right to the feet of Evelyn Chia.
And Disha still serving. Good dig there by Lydia.
The set.
Passed. And mishandled there, and Evelyn.
I know she wants that one back.
Live with that one for a while. And
Great
now
job.
Mountain View wants a timeout, as they can see that it is within their reach, but maybe not quite within their grasp. So we'll give them a few seconds to sort this out, and we'll take a timeout too. We're back, and fantastic finishes, which went off the air many years ago, but if they were still around, they'd be highlighting this one, because right now Mountain View 12-10 in the fifth and final set in an even match if there ever was one. And perfectly done
by Millie Kopp.
Millie knew exactly where that was going to be and just planted the seed, and it's 13-10, and now Mountain View.
The motion of her hand was like bye-bye.
Dug out. And a little bit, is that going to go? And it is. And we've got a match point situation. And Monta Vista didn't like that call a bit. So Andisha serving for the win. And no, they're going to take a timeout. I think we'll stay here for this one.
Yeah, you can see head coach Nikki Itaza. She's not liking what she saw, especially in that last point. That may have been a favorable call for Mountain View.
Yep, I agree with you. Well, these teams, Monta Vista is going to be heading to Los Gatos for their next contest. That'll be on the 18th. As for the Spartans, they'll be visiting their crosstown rivals, the Los Altos Eagles, on the 20th. And the last time they were there, the Eagles made short work of Mountain View, winning in straight sets. So they'll be back to the Dude Angus gym to try to avenge that one.
I do believe Los Altos is number 2 in the De Anza League.
I guess. But anyway, match point here. And Disha is serving for the Spartans.
A win tonight would put Mountain View.
And that one's giving a little bit more breath.
A win tonight would put Mountain View in the number 2 spot. A win for the Monta Vista will put them a half a game behind Mountain View, so for the number 3 spot. Monta Vista is really hoping to pull something out here.
And still in a match point situation. And another timeout is called. Well, this is a situation, Josh, where it's true that Mountain View does control their own destiny, but they are headed back into the Dude Angus gym, as I said, which is where they were run off the court by the Eagles. And they're having to face that again. And that was as humiliating a defeat as I've seen this team take. So they've got all the reasons in the world to be cranked up for that one.
That's going to be a fun one to watch as well.
Yes, it will. And we'll be covering it on KMVT. Is that correct?
I do believe so.
All right. Here we go.
Easy
Pushed over. Good recovery there by Monta Vista, and now they try that trick. Still alive.
Here's the set.
And a
Good
third
defense.
time, Monta Vista back from the dead. Tipped. Over.
Just barely.
Blocked. They keep it alive, and that's not enough. And Monta Vista gets the point.
That was one of those long volleys. Monta Vista really needed that one. They're going to take the momentum now.
Still match point. One unforced error hands the game and the match to the Spartans.
People in the stands are on their feet. Good defense that time by Monta Vista. See if they can keep it up.
Blocked, but still recovered by Mountain View.
Disha with the set. Mallory again with the kill.
Oh, and it's defended. Mallory's kill attempt snuffed out there completely, and it's a one-point contest.
Yes. Miranda Shankur will start us off. Shankuri.
It. And Mountain View reaching down for the something extra. And they keep their lead in the De Anza league.
What a great match.
And I don't think I've seen a better match in years. So let's tell you about the people who brought this to you.
All right.
So our camera operators were Breen Yuen.
I like that guy.
Brian Chua, and I was happy enough to be the teacher of his son, Ben.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy.
He's our replay operator. Producer was Jacob Peterson. Thank you, JP. Special thanks to Dr. Kip Glazier and Mountain View High School. For Josh Young, this is Mike Messner reminding you, run for the roses, but don't forget to stop and smell them. We'll see you next time.